Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Confessions of a Dollar Tree Addict. Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail and joining me to create this really cute DIY Dollar Tree bunny wreath. It's really easy to make and doesn't cost a lot of money. And I think it comes out looking super duper rustic and fun. So let's get crafting. Going to be using this heart-shaped wreath from the Dollar Tree to create a spring wreath. I do have a spool of this burlap ribbon that I'm going to wrap around the wire form. Don't worry, guys, I'm not doing deco mesh. And I happen to have gotten this at a super duper clearance a while ago from Aldi's, and it was like 75 cents for two huge packs of burlap. But the Dollar Tree does sell a smaller one, and you could still use that one. You would just have to wrap it around obviously more. It's really easy. So I like to put the burlap on the wire wreath form kind of messily, sort of like as if it was just a burlap sack, but you do sort of want to take a little special attention to the corner. And I did start it out up here so that it would already be smushed in, because I want the heart shape to definitely show. Once I've covered all of the heart, I flip it to the back side and I just pull the burlap over, and I'm going to hot glue it down so that it doesn't come up to the front. Once the background of your wreath form is done, which is what I like to call the stage of your wreath, then I like to pull out everything that I have that I'm considering using in my wreath and just sort of start playing around with all of it. Some of the items that I brought to consider using in this wreath are these giant carrot picks from the Dollar Tree. They may be too big, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to think about that. The little carrot garland, it's 6 feet, and you do get 6 just like you do in the package, and you do get the jute cord with those. This carrot ribbon from the Dollar Tree, this ribbon that I love, which is actually from Floral Garden. It's not part of the Easter stuff, but I don't know, I kind of feel like it goes, and I sort of really like it. So I'm considering this ribbon. I think it's really beautiful. I did bring some of these from Valentine's Day grapevine hearts. I absolutely love them and was planning on using them in Easter decor. That was my plan. I think they're really cute. And I do have 3 of these moss covered rabbits. They come in a 3-pack at the Dollar Tree, and I don't know where the third one is, but I do have 3. I actually have 2 packs of them if I need. In each pack you have 1 standing and 2 sitting rabbits. So cute. And I do have some I did bring some greenery. I have these beautiful roses that the Dollar Tree was offering, and I do have some boxwood from Walmart that was $1.25, and this was also, I believe, on clearance. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but really inexpensive at Walmart, less than $1. And this exciting pick from the Dollar Tree, I just love this color. It reminds me of cabbage, and I feel like that is something that is fun in orange country sort of. I feel like they look, I don't know, I feel like this reminds me of cabbage. I don't know why, even though it's not. And it's a Gerba daisy, but this color just reminds me of cabbage. So that makes me happy. I don't know if I mentioned I brought some moss. Of course I have glue sticks, and I do have these burlap rabbit face picks, and I have this ribbon left over from, I think, last year. It's wired ribbon, also from the Dollar Tree, I believe, maybe from clearance at Michael's, I'm not sure. And also I have the spring bunny and welcome, which someone actually informed me this is last year's, and this year's is different, but I picked this up this year at the Dollar Tree, so I must have gotten last year's words. This year, I think they don't have the bunny anymore. They have Blessed. Let me know what they put out this year, because I bought this at the very beginning of the Easter season, and I guess they unloaded last year's words on me, but I like them just fine. Spring, bunny, and welcome is what I have. What did you guys get that bought this year's words? I think the next thing that I'm going to do is take the garland out of the package and just wrap it around the wreath form, kind of organically, just to see if I have to cut. I don't think I'm going to cut them off of the jute cord. Just seems like more trouble than it's worth. And I just think it's fine to just wrap them and see where they end up. Seems like it's just the right amount of carrot to wreath ratio. Well, as usual, guys, I changed my mind. I wasn't going to cut the garland, but I felt like it was just too spread out, and I wanted to cut it off of the actual jute cord, and I decided to put 2 up there and then cluster 2 going this way and 2 going that way, just because I thought it kind of seemed more interesting. And then I'm going to put my little moss rabbits inside of the hearts, little heart, grapevine heart wreaths. And I'm probably going to embellish those too. I do have some greenery in all of this stuff that I can use. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go, but I definitely love how a rabbit looks inside of one of these green flowers. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of like a cabbage patch, and like the rabbit is in a cabbage patch or something like that. I don't know, but that might happen. And so I'm just going to settle on gluing these down. I did decide to do 1 up and 1 down. I don't know. These are the things that I get stuck with thinking about, but yes, I'm going to do 1 going up and 1 going down. And then I'll put the hearts in. Then next I'll put the hearts in, and then I'll put the rabbits in, and then I'll figure out how I'll embellish the hearts. And on the other side, I think I'll use some of these yellow flowers. Like maybe I'll just glue them underneath the heart and have the bunny sitting in them. And then for this bunny, I think I'll just glue some of this greenery kind of framing the bunny. And then maybe I'll just put one of the tiny little roses either in his hand, in his ear. No, maybe at the bottom, maybe at his hand. I'll decide when I get there. I can't decide. That's the hardest thing for me, is making decisions. So yeah, I'll do that, and then we'll visit it again. I definitely love how that looks. That cute little happy moment makes me really happy. In fact, I would like to just do that right there and put it in like a frame on its own. That's so cute. I love it. Or maybe I'll put a teeny tiny little bow down there. I don't know. One of these, maybe I'll embellish the rabbits. I can't decide. I never know what I'm going to do until I'm actually doing it. Or maybe moss. Maybe moss. Oh, maybe I could have put moss instead of the yellow flowers on the other bunny. That I could have done too. But this I think is so cute. Just simple and super duper cute. Anytime boxwood is involved, it's super cute and simple. I do love boxwood. The placement of the bunny is very important, actually. I think these moss bunnies that they made this year are just so absolutely adorable. I have a really big moss bunny that I got from Michael's a couple of years ago, and I paid a couple dollars for it, and I really love it. I think they're so cute. I'm a very messy crafter. But at least I did actually put paper down though. That's a big step for me. I always swear that I'm not going to make a mess, and then I do. What if I put it right there or right there? Right there. No. I feel like I'm just going to stick it right there like he's holding it. And then I just want to visit this one bunny. Yeah, that bunny looks really cute in and of its little happy self. I think that's so adorable. I love it. And then we're going to visit the other bunnies and see how their little scene is going to go. Because each little bunny is going to have its own little thing going on. I do have this greenery also, which I think is really beautiful. I may add it in later. It comes from the rose. The greenery that comes in these rose plants is just outstanding. I love it. I absolutely love these little roses. I went crazy when I saw them. Maybe. I don't know. I definitely know that I want to have my bunny sitting inside of this daisy, and I want them to be facing one another. So, or should they be going out? Facing out. I've made a decision. It's done. So I'm just going to drop a whole lot of glue right in the middle and glue him right on to the middle of the daisy. And then I'm going to glue him right onto the wreath. That is so cute. Yep, I love it. You definitely want a whole lot of glue for this one because between the flower and the bunny, it gets to be a little heavy. My daisy and my carrots are competing for space. I have to intervene. Okay, intervention over. I think that's good. Yes, very cute. So now we have this little bunny in his like lime green daisy kind of cabbagey color, and then this little bunny in this super classic standing position with a little rose. And now we're gonna make this little bunny cry wee 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 all the way home. No, I'm just kidding. I could put this little bunny in just this rose petal. That would be cute too, or rose leaf, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I decided to put some moss where the carrots are. So I'm just going to put some hot glue where the carrots are and then put moss. And if some of it falls off, that's okay. Moss is very messy, but I'm going to probably put tiny little bows there. So I just want to have a place to glue the bow to. And I'm just going to keep adding some more hot glue and some more moss. And some of it will eventually stay on. Little tiny patch of moss that the carrots are growing out of in my pretend imaginary world that I'm making right now. So I'm just going to put some more glue right there, a whole lot of glue, and then a pinch of moss. And then whatever falls off, I'll just put some more hot glue and glue it on again. I really actually love moss. I love any excuse to use it. I think it's so fun, and I don't know what it actually is made of, but I feel like it's so real. Like you're using like dried leaves or something. I don't know. There's something so cool about it. I don't think there's anything real about moss though. It's just artificial, probably made of paper. But it just seems so real. All right, well, that stuff is definitely staying because I shook it like crazy. I already kind of love how my wreath is coming out, but it definitely needs a bow of some kind somewhere. Nothing crazy, but a bow. And that's where things get complicated. Okay, so definitely this does not match at all. This matches, but I'm almost carroted it out. So I'm going to think again. What else do I have? Oh, I think I have some lace bow ribbon. Maybe I'll use that. Let me think about it. Oh, no, I forgot I had this ribbon that I just, oh yes, I love this. I'm going to use this one. It's actually very not Eastery, and I kind of like that about it too. This one is Southwest Llama ribbon. Only, I don't think anybody's using this for Easter but me, but I think it goes. I think it goes, well, I think if I could open it, it would definitely go. Let's see. Okay, we'll just do it that. I always end up opening ribbon like that. Is that what happens to you guys too? Because I just can't. Oh yeah, this ribbon looks really cool with this. It gives it like a whole different kind of vibe. I love it. And I think I'm just going to make like a shoelace ribbon, probably. Well, number one, because that's an easy ribbon to make, but, or maybe I'll try to do something more complicated. I would have to watch a whole video on it yet again to remember how to do it, but I don't think I want a bow that's bigger than, I don't think I want a really big ribbon or bow in my, I don't know. I almost want to wrap this in somehow to add more color to it. Somehow, how could I wrap that through? I could wind it through the heart just like I did with the burlap, and then just give it a little tiny bow because I really love the color that it adds to it. Such a pretty, pretty ribbon. It has so many beautiful colors in it. You guys see that? It really brightens up the wreath. So what I decide to do actually to keep it really simple is I just take the piece of ribbon, the size that I want it, and I make 2 loops just like that. I'm not going to tie them. I'm just going to glue them. It's a really easy way to make a bow that looks like a bow tie because this ribbon is so plain on the other side. I don't want that side to show. So I'm just going to put a dot of glue and just bring both ends in evenly, make 2 even, just like a bow tie. I don't know if it has a name, but it's a very easy way to make a ribbon, a bow, I mean. And then I've already made a little version of it, and then I'm just going to use a button. I think that's really very Easter rustic-y looking, and I think it's super cute. You can actually make like 4 or 5 of these and sort of like space them out, and then they look like flowers. I've seen that done too, but that would be too much for this. It's a very simple wreath. I'm going to add the word bunny, because I could put spring or welcome, but I just feel like this wreath really is all about bunny. So I'm going to put the word bunny. It's fun and different. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then once I add the word bunny, I'm going to add more moss on top of it. So it really does not fall. I think I might put this on my front door. I'm not sure. But I want to make sure it has lots and lots of moss covering where the bunny meets the moss. And here it is, all done, next to my interchangeable truck that I made during the Christmas season that you can use for all the different seasons. I use the small picture from the Farmhouse calendar, and I absolutely love how this bunny wreath came out. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a window out of these 4 picture frames that I found at the Dollar Tree that were screaming, "Make a window out of me" to me. These happen to be a little smaller, but they're already painted. Well, they're not painted, but they're created in this distressed look. So there's literally nothing to do but glue them together. But I do have my little sort of bohemian twist. Now, I could use chicken wire to replace the glass, because as you can see, I've already broken the glass just bringing them home. They're very fragile, the Dollar Tree frames, and I often break the glass that comes with them. And I do have chicken wire actually, or you can always use the essentials basket and cut them apart and put it behind this to give it the wired look. The Dollar Tree has those essentials baskets in black or white of the ones that you can use instead of buying chicken wire on Amazon. But I happen to have this old doily that I used to use as a curtain, and I've done a lot of things with it, but I actually washed it and it came apart. But it has just enough pieces that I can glue it behind the glass. I'm going to take the glass out and I'm going to glue it behind it, and it'll kind of look like grandma's handmade crochet curtains hanging in an old vintage window. And that's sort of the look I want to go for. And I could use it to put behind all sorts of decor pieces because I love that eclectic look, and I definitely don't want to throw this away. It's really cool. It is coming apart, but I can save just enough of it to cool window scene. So you're definitely going to want to open them up and take everything away, all of the plastic and everything. And then once you take the glass and the backing out, you don't throw the backing away. You never know when you might want to turn something that you buy at the Dollar Tree from a hanging sign to a standing on the table sign, and then you can just glue this to the back of anything and you can change what it is. So don't throw that away, but I would throw the glass away because it's very easily breakable. That's just me. I break that glass all the time, and it's really such a cool frame. I absolutely love these frames. I should have bought more. So I'm just going to hot glue them, and then I'm going to super glue them on the back. Next thing I'm going to do, once, see, it's all glued together pretty well actually. I'm going to take this doily and stretch it across all 4 fake window panes and make it look like grandma has her handmade crochet curtains hanging in the windows. I do mention using a doily or old tablecloth, or maybe a stained one, or one that a loved one made that maybe has damage in some way, because it's a way to give a pretty handmade doily a new life in this DIY. I could really have very easily used chicken wire or the mesh from the baskets from the Dollar Tree, but I really did want to find a way to repurpose this old doily because I don't like throwing things that are handmade away. And I absolutely love how this came out. If you don't have a handmade doily, you can always find one at a thrift store or a flea market, or even Michael's. Actually, every season sells them for $1 or $1.50. And with the here is my super duper, really easy, inexpensive DIY window. And I'm going to use it as a backdrop to my super cute spring bunny wreath. And altogether, this is really inexpensive. I think it came out really pretty. I really like how it looks. And I hope you guys do too. As always, watching this video. And as always, guys, stay safe and stay savvy. Bye-bye.